So, Jess, why did you become a realtor?
I worked in various customer service jobs, so I wanted something a little bit more rewarding. Becoming a real estate agent, being able to help people find their forever homes or their investment homes, starter homes. It's very exciting, so a lot of fun.
Now, you've gotten off to a really good start in your real estate career. What has been the most rewarding part of this for you so far?
Helping people, especially like first-time home buyers, finding their first home. They're so excited. I'm so excited to help them. So it's a nice, rewarding part.
What is it that you think makes you different than other real estate agents?
I think that my various roles in customer service has helped me. So I like to ask a lot of questions and I want to know what I'm doing. So I think that helps a lot because I'm not going to steer people the wrong way. I'm going to make sure they have knowledgeable decisions and help them find the right home.
Last thing I'm going to ask you is, and I know these are words that you live by, but the mantra at CTBB Realty is
people over paychecks and do the damn thing.
And that's what we do.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hello. Huh?
Technicalities.
It sounds like it.
Technical. I know. What happened?
It's the retrograde, so let's blame it on the universe.
It's the universe's fault.
It's not your fault,
Please.
Frank.
It's not your fault. You're not a bad producer.
It's never my I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's never your
You
fault.
know,
In Frank's
Oh.
world.
it's just the universe, the computer. I clicked, it didn't want to go. I said, you know what? Forget technical difficulties. Let's just go on it. You know what? Who cares?
That's
It is
it.
what it is.
That's it.
And guess what? It's never Frankie's fault.
It's never.
Never Frankie's fault. And guess what? That is part of our topic today. Projecting.
It is never my fault. I think I lost Elizabeth there for a moment. But hey, you know what, guys? Welcome to In Between the Gray. Thank you for having us, for having me. Anna, thank you. Chuchi,
You're welcome.
You disappeared on us.
Keep on
Oh, yeah,
leaving.
yeah.
I keep on. See, that's what happens when you talk.
It's the
junk.
universe.
I keep on talking
You know,
junk, so it keeps on
so-
kicking me out.
Yep, it does.
Yep. So tonight, it's been a while since we've been on. We took a little break, come back refreshed, renewed. And so tonight we're going to talk about projecting. Everybody familiar? I'm sure we've all had experiences with projecting. So
Definitely.
yep. So for those of you that don't know what projecting is unconsciously taking unwanted emotions or traits that you don't like about yourself and attribute them to someone else. So do any of you have any examples of projecting to someone else or having somebody project onto you?
Have you ever been in a relationship and if the significant other one is, let's say, cheating or something, and everything you do is like, why are you going to the grocery store? And it's like, I'm just going to the grocery store. And it starts off that way and it goes from there, and every little thing is that guilt. That's how I take projection. It's like that guilt, like everything is wrong when nothing in reality is really wrong. Or at least
but they make it in their head, right?
Mm-hmm.
They make it in their head
Mm-hmm.
because exactly. Because they feel so guilty for what they're doing to you.
Mm-hmm. And they want to find a reason
to make it about you doing the wrong stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't that more like negativity?
It falls in the same. No, I don't think so, because I think it falls into the same thing too. I think it comes with not being healed.
Yeah,
Have
I
you? I,
agree.
I mean, we've all
But
been cheated on. We've all been cheated on, or
Yes,
been the
we have.
cheater, right?
Yep.
Frankie? No, I'm playing.
never,
So,
never.
I mean, I've been cheated on. So, the projection, yeah, I've dealt with that, and it's like, what are you talking about? Like, is it that serious? I'm just going to the grocery store. Or the why are you going to the gym for 3 hours? You were just at the gym for 3 hours. What is the difference? It's like flipping
Yeah, but
everything onto you.
again, that's somebody that's insecure. I mean, if you're talking about relationship, that's somebody that's either one insecure of what they have,
Hmm.
or number two, somebody that's out there screwing around.
And that's part of
Okay,
projecting,
and
though.
Yeah, that's part of projecting because you're trying to blame the thing that you're doing onto somebody else so you could have like a reasoning for what you're doing.
And for what you're insecure about, too. Your
Hmm.
insecurities, you're throwing those onto other people. So let's just say I got cheated on in the past and I'm dating you now. And then every little thing you come 10 minutes late, and I'm like, oh, well, he must be cheating on me.
Hmm.
That would be my insecurities that I'm projecting onto you. Well, how come you didn't come on time? And how come you were 5 minutes late? And how come, what did you do with this? And how come your shirts, how come one collar is higher than the other?
Which in
That's all.
reality, it has nothing to do with you as a person or within the person who is projecting, if that makes any sense.
mm,
What side have you been on?
I know. Where did you learn about projecting?
I think the Fifth Amendment. No, I think it falls more when you're also like in a toxic relationship.
Okay, so who's the
Okay, where
toxic
you
one?
have not me. I wasn't the toxic one, but
I
just
think we all have toxic traits. You don't think you've ever been toxic in your 40 something
oh
ish years? You've never been toxic in a relationship? That sounds like bullshit.
I
oh
call
no, you
bullshit
know
too.
what? I listen. I'm sure that I have been toxic, and I have been that individual of projection. I have, but you know that was a long time ago. But I think in general it goes on both sides. Frankie's super toxic. Oh boy, I
Correct.
wonder who's good.
Correct. I think
Yes.
we all have,
That sounds like it's Elizabeth. Yep. Thank
but
you,
at
Elizabeth.
but at the end of the day, we all have at one point or another, we all are toxic. And that comes with the projection, that comes with the insecurities, that comes with all of that.
But what
You
takes
know
us
what?
that way?
I'm still trying to undo my toxic traits because I have. Ooh, I'm petty. Oh my god, I'm petty. Oh my god, I'm petty. I turn into a toddler. I'm petty.
Really?
Oh my god, I will say the meanest things that hurt your feelings.
Just to make yourself feel better though, right?
No, but it makes me feel like shit afterwards because who really wants to do that to somebody that you care?
Exactly.
And
So
I've
why
done
do
it.
you do that?
I'm
So what do you
Why?
because
do?
I'm an asshole. That's my toxic trait. But I recognize it. I mean, even recognizing it and not doing anything about it. It's not making a big deal about it. But yeah, I'm an asshole. I'm a fuck. And it
You see,
sucks, man.
the famous Facebook user says, "Ah, Frankie isn't toxic. A little dramatic at times, pero bueno." You see?
Yeah,
You see?
but you are
Ay,
toxic.
no le hagan creer tanto, que mentira. I'm telling you, we're all toxic at one point or another.
Yes, yes.
I mean, I feel
I'm
bad
not
because one
toxic.
time the worst thing that the worst thing that I ever, I've said some really bad things to my baby daddy, and those are words that I could never take. Like I can't take them back because they were toxic, but I was
Well,
just projecting.
yeah, but hold
So
on. I think there you got to look at the difference as to why you're toxic. So
Yeah, but you
I
still
think
shouldn't take somebody's.
when
You
you're
still
talking,
yeah, but you still shouldn't take somebody's insecurities or
and throw it in their
something. And
face.
yes, I don't
yeah,
give
but
what.
no, I think you fight.
You fight
It's
dirty.
all fair. It's all fair in love and war.
No, I don't think that's
Okay, if they're
good.
dirty to you, If they're dirty to you, you also got to
At
be
the
dirty at some point.
I
No,
and
because that feeds into it and it just gets worse. And then it gets to the
correct.
point of no return.
And then that's the thing when it comes to when
Well, you know
okay,
what?
so
But that's where you're heading anyways.
it doesn't but that's not much
One
that's
person can stop it.
correct. And why would I want to be the lower one because I feel some type of way because whatever happened because I got cheated on, whatever. No, that's just stupid. It didn't work out, That's it.
That's
For
it.
me to
Move
take
on.
something so dark or so sensitive to what he was feeling and it's an asshole move. You know? I could have
Well,
been an adult
sometimes,
about it.
Exactly.
but
You have
sometimes
to
you have to
diffuse
be
the
that
situation.
asshole.
No, you do
No.
not.
Sometimes
What-
you have to
Okay,
do.
so what did I get out of it? What did I get? Did it make me feel better? No, because it's not me.
Maybe.
No, it did not make me feel
Maybe.
better because
Well,
to
Does
this
it make
day,
you feel
maybe-
better, Frank?
es que
Fuck
tú eres un
yeah.
asshole, that's why.
Fuck yeah. Listen, if you're dirty to me, okay, I believe payback's a bitch.
Yeah, but I believe that the universe handles that
Okay.
Well,
shit.
exactly. That's where karma
Let
comes in.
God,
Now-
the Santos, whatever protect us, take care of that shit, not me.
Let God, yeah, sure. Let God take the reins, right? Sure, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Because with this mythical character in life, storybook told. That's the biggest story in the world.
How are you the atheist
Let
in the
God-
family? How
Yeah.
are you the
Let
atheist
God-
in the family? Yes,
let go and let
take-
God.
Yes. That's it. Let
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
take the wheel. Yes. How are you the atheist in the family? I don't understand that.
Mr. Altar Boy.
Yo, for real. Like, what did they do to you at the church? What
I
happened?
know. Who molested you?
Nothing.
Seriously.
What are you projecting?
Yeah, for
You
real.
know what?
Seriously, what are
I
you projecting? But let's change the subject. Why are you projecting? Why are we against God?
Why? Because I'm sorry. You're talking about a person that is a book that we know about in a book. Been around for fucking centuries. Okay? And everybody knows, oh, he's rising, he's coming back. Oh shit. I've been hearing the same story for 45 fucking years. This fucking guy is not coming back. This guy is not around. All you can do is sit there. There's no real proof that has ever been around.
Oh.
Plus you have 800
Ooh.
million fucking religions.
I
Okay? If Jesus wanted everything to be good, life would fucking be great. Okay, so at the end,
because where there's good, there's evil.
no,
I
where there's
respect
good,
your
there's
opinion.
good.
I respect your opinion.
I don't
But
agree with it, but I
but I
respect
don't agree
it.
with it. I respect it. I respect it, because I respect it. But throughout life, you don't ever think you've had someone watching over you, guiding with you. You've never dreamt with our grandfather. You've never encountered any of that.
Oh, I don't get me wrong. I mean, oh, there she goes again. I dream about, my grandparents. I dream about a lot of things.
And you don't
you
think they're
know.
with you though?
I don't think they're with me. I really don't think so. I just don't think they're with me. There's certain things in life that you look at and you're like, okay. I do believe that it's like this past weekend, right? I was at the house and I had a moment where I was like deja vu, like, hey, I've been here before.
Okay.
But do I think it's fucking God handled? No.
So what do you think
I
it
don't-
is?
I don't know, but I can tell you that it's not fucking God.
Well, how do you know? Is it aliens?
I guess it is. It must be.
Well, I'm
It
just
must
saying
be.
because if you don't, I believe in God. I think all my miracles and all the things that I've been through, whether they're good or bad, are all lessons that
And
I need
I-
to learn.
And I respect that. But this is where we go now, right? I don't know how we turned into religion, but we did. This is how we go here. If God is supposed to make everything good, right? Why is there so much evil? why do we have racism, right? Why do we have just this last weekend that shooting up in Buffalo? That
Because you
was
have the
racially
devil.
motivated. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think that one person could cause that much damage, and I don't think that God could go fucking. No, it doesn't work that way. You know, I really don't think. I think Elizabeth's fucking lost her battery today, but you know, I just don't think that. You know, I just don't see that. Again, why are you building so many different religions?
But those are man-made. But who do they
But
all
they all
focus
believe in
on?
the same one individual.
Not all of them, because
Not
people
not
have
all of
their
them, but majority of
brand.
them.
Right.
You know, not all of them, but majority of them. So you know, we go back to that. It's you know,
But okay, so being a Christian
those are the
means
worst.
you're a follower. No, being a Christian is a follower of God.
Religions are all the same, just different interpretations of a higher power. I think that's Garcia. I think you give out, you do good, and good finds you. There, I agree with Elizabeth. Okay, not the religions, but if you do good, good comes back.
So then, like karma, so you're still spiritual in a way then.
I guess in a way, but that I'm going to sit here and believe in a certain individual or I won't. You know, and I'll be honest, have I gone to churches? Yes, I have. Okay, with my nephew, with Gabe, right? Am I his godfather? Yes. Okay. Did I have to go to the church to do that? Yes, I did. Why did I do that? My nephew, that's my sister. At the end of the day, for me, it's very different. There's no religious meaning behind it. You know, did I go? Yes, because you know what? I'm the one they picked. Okay, and I'm going to do it for them. I'm not doing it because oh yeah, I'm Catholic or you know.
But are
or
you
I've
going to
done
take
this.
the responsibility of being a godfather?
Of course I would. Of course.
So you said you did it for them, but you're doing it for yourself as well.
In a sense, yes and no. I mean, I'm doing it for them. You want me to be the godfather? By all means, I'll be the child godfather. Okay.
So if
So I
they
do it
were
for me.
if they were Baptist, would you be their godfather too?
Yeah. Be Jewish. They could be anything. Okay, and I will still do it. I will go to the temple. I'll put a yarmulke on because that's what they want. Pleasing them. I'm not pleasing their God. I'm not pleasing anybody else but them.
But you're agreeing to that religion that you are going to take on and like continue helping that child grow in that faith by becoming the godparent.
I will continue helping the child grow. Whatever beliefs he wants to have is on him. You're supporting their belief then. Right. I support their belief. I don't agree with it. But they want to do it, I will support it. Because it's home. Whatever you believe in, that's your belief, and I respect it. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, hey, God is this, blah, blah, blah. We'll have a discussion just like what we're having right now. But at the end of the day, I stay here on mine, you stay on your side, we meet here in the middle, we are going to disagree. It doesn't mean I'm going to hate you as an individual, doesn't mean that I'm going to dislike you as an individual. No. Mm-hmm. It just means that, hey, this is my belief, that is your belief, and that's all it is. You know, I will not, stop talking to somebody because belief is very different than mine.
Okay, well, no, yeah. Well, here's the thing. So, she just left again.
Yeah, she comes and goes. But
I know,
you
and I
know,
was just going
that's
to bring her up.
you know, but you know, it's about meeting somewhere halfway. You know, it's what drives me insane. What drives me insane is when you have an individual that lives their life by the so-called book. Okay, God this, God that, Jesus this, Jesus that. And when you turn around and look, this individual's life that they're living, it's completely opposite of what you're preaching.
But those are the biggest hypocrites. That's not. I mean, I missed out. I'm sorry. I'm having connection issues. But those are the
You
biggest
notice,
hypocrites.
Yeah. Well, Frankie
pretty
was
much.
saying that he was a godfather, even though he didn't believe in religion, that religion.
Oh, okay. But let's say, I mean, but do you? Okay, so take away the religion aspect of it. Do you respect the fact of why you
Of
became the
course,
Godfather?
I respect it. That's what I was saying when you came on and left us again. Was I I respect it. It doesn't mean I have to accept it
No,
because
of
I
course
don't.
not. Of course not. I mean, I
Okay,
was married to an
like
atheist. I was married to an atheist, so I completely respect that. But just like you, like I expect the respect to go both ways.
of course, like I don't put my information out there. I don't or information, but I would not sit here and try to convince you to not believe in whatever you follow me.
Right. Or that
I'm
your
I,
way is right.
right. I'm going to sit here and tell you, hey, look, this is what I think. Okay, and from there you do what you want. Just like
And I
if you
respect
come
that
in,
too.
just like
I
right, like
respect
if you
that
come
too.
and you tell me, hey, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Do you accept him? No. But you have to accept him. If not, you're gonna go to hell. And blah 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 blah. You know what? At that point, it's like, hey, fuck you, because I don't have to. I don't have to accept anybody. I don't want. You have your beliefs. I have mine. And I'll give you. I'm going to give you a perfect example.
But I
I
still
was
want to
at a
know
mine.
what caused you not to believe in anything, because we come from a strong family of believers. So this is just why I'm wondering what
I think
happened.
it's just life. Just life. Life knocks you
When
down,
did you
and
stop
when you
believing?
start having long time ago. I stopped believing a long time ago. I didn't make it too public, down to family wise because I know how it could be, and I just kind of I've kept it for majority of at least the past 10, 15 years on myself. Like she just likes to go against anything that forces. Well, of course, who doesn't? This is not hey, listen, this is not a Frankie session, goddamn it. But I think Tucci froze. Tucci. Yeah, she froze. She's just
Yeah, she's
she's saying
froze.
their presence.
Stop.
But she's when did I stop believing? A long time ago. But am I gonna sit here and project that onto anybody? No, because that's my belief. You see, she's missing me. You know. But
Did you
it
think
is
I
what it
froze
is.
too? No.
No. I'm not in free. If you froze, that's it. I'm just saying, end the show and do
And the show by
and
click.
bucket.
No.
Yeah. So again, it just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Which is my beliefs are my beliefs, your beliefs are your beliefs. As long as you don't force or try to enforce your beliefs on me, I don't have a
I ain't
problem.
got no problem. I got you.
Right. So going back to our original topic of projecting.
Hmm.
Okay, can you project religion on somebody? Yeah.
Yes, that's what people do. Yeah.
Okay.
Those people that knock on your door.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're
even
doing
open the door to them. I stopped opening the door to them long ago. I go through my ring camera and I tell them how much I love Satan.
Jesus, you
And
sound like my dad.
And let me tell you what they do. They go, okay, I'm leaving this at the door. When I see it on my door,
Uh,
I actually go to my neighbor's house because I know it's them that put it on there, and I put it right back on their door. My neighbors are very religious.
and so they finished.
I've heard them singing in the backyard. But it's funny because I have both sets of neighbors, right? The ones on my left are the Christian type.
Okay.
The ones on my right are more santeros.
Okay.
So it's funny how I get two different sides of it. You know.
So what do
But-
you like? What do you think of like the differences? Like the person that's more spiritual, the santero, as to the Christian that is, well, it depends because a Christian is a follower of Christ. So
Well, santero's also a follower. You know, they do believe santeros, if I'm mistaken, believe more in your spirits.
ancestral.
Okay. You know, I think there's also different kinds of something.
Okay,
you
so
have-
how about like these Indians and these Egyptians and all this other stuff that used to sacrifice?
I relate to that more than anything else.
But those are like santeros, aren't they?
I relate to these old Indian things a lot more than anything else.
So
I
then you're
told
more
you.
spiritual.
I guess I'm more spiritual, but when it comes down to Jesus Christ and God and Savior, no, I
See, 'cause
completely away from that.
I only went to one Catholic church that actually said whatever is your highest power, whatever makes you feel comfortable, that's what your religion is.
Mhm.
Yes, santeros believe in gods. The Indians believed in gods.
Yeah,
And when they were sacrificing virgins, who were they giving it to? To the gods.
I don't know. I read that far in the book.
But there was more than one
I
god,
just,
right?
of course. Again, you have one higher power. You have that one higher power, and I'm sorry, but you cannot have that one higher power. It has to be something more. And until you don't prove it to me, and that's something that you can't prove.
No, that's something nobody can prove until the end of time.
You know? Until the day you die, you're not gonna know. That's where it goes down.
Well, we
The
won't
day
know
you
until
die is the day you know.
exactly. You're gonna know where you go.
So, in that case, we'll find out when I die. It's all the same thing. It's all based on believing in a version of higher power, and they show you their reverence in the flesh. I think we lost two chiefs for good this time.
It looks like it.
Why? Well, I'm happy that he started to come on, huh? We went about wanted to talk about positivity. Was it? No, not positivity.
Projection. It went to
Projection.
religion
And we ended up in religion. How the hell did that happen?
because because you said about projecting people projecting religion onto you.
Yeah. All right, so let's get on religion.
Yes, let's do.
Let's do. So, all right. So, what type of projecting are we talking about?
Okay, so projecting your insecurities, your own negative thoughts onto other people.
That's easy to do, though.
Exactly, but that's part of projecting. But how do you deal with it? So you had mentioned that basically you fight back. But if you,
Yeah, I mean, I'm a believer that if you're gonna start projecting your negativity on me, okay, there's two ways to handle that. For one, you completely blow it off. Okay.
okay, so
Two,
what would be your way of blowing it off?
in one ear out the other. I wouldn't even pay attention to it. Completely ignore it. Grab my headphones, put them on, put my music up loud enough where I won't hear you. Where when you're talking, all I hear is that's what it boils down to. And
Okay,
trust
so
me,
what's number two?
number two is just giving them a false sense of security. Oh, you're gonna turn your negativity? Yeah, sure. Yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. I shouldn't do that. You just sit there and you and you agree with them. You agree. Like, look, like this. Hey, we know this is black. Hey, this is white. This is white. This is white. Yeah, you know what? You're right. It's white. I'm just gonna sit here and agree with you. Why am I
But
gonna sit
then,
here
well, yeah, you shouldn't argue, but I mean, wouldn't it be easier to say, hey, I don't agree with you?
and excuse me?
What
Yeah, of
can I
course.
do to help you with that feeling?
Excuse me. God, sorry.
That's that COVID after.
COVID. That's like of yeah. Damn it, Dallas. But um, is there a way of dealing with it? Yeah. I think he's coming back. I don't know.
She's back. Wow, wow, West.
Do we have for good now, or are you
No,
teasing us today,
no.
or
You
what's
know
the
what it
deal?
is. I'm gonna be honest with you. My computer's in the car. It's pouring outside, and I didn't want to get it, so I'm on the phone, but it keeps on dying. Well, I look a little crazy.
Oh, the battery dies. So did you go outside and get your
Plug it
computer?
in.
No, so then I was trying to use the kid's computer, but then I have the school computer, but it wouldn't let me log in. And then I was trying to log in through Brian's computer, but it wouldn't let me log in. So I was like, you know what? Woosah. We're here. Anyway, so what we were talking about.
So we went back to projecting.
Yeah. We kind of figured let's get off the religion bashing and the Frank bashing.
The
It's
Frank
just, well, you
bashing.
know what it is? If we don't bash on you, it doesn't make our night.
Exactly. We're
Thank you.
projecting on you.
We are projecting on you, our insecurities on you.
So Frank was
I mean, tell
saying,
you what happens. Look. When people are projecting, like if you're projecting yourself on me, I do this.
he
Oh,
disappeared.
great. Yeah. But I mean, I've been doing that all night, so it doesn't matter. No, actually, no, I would.
Sorry,
I
I
control.
almost. We're having
You
technical
know what?
difficulties.
I'm gonna blame all of this on the retrograde. That's it.
I'll be sitting on the moon.
That too. That I mean, I've been
Blame it on the
tired. I
moon.
think
Blame it on the moon.
that's it. Blame it on the moon.
Blame it on the
Blame it on the moon.
rain.
So
Yeah.
back,
Yeah, blame it on
so
something.
back to the projection. All right. So we were talking about. So what happened?
So
You've
Frankie
never
was
projected,
saying,
Frankie? I mean, you've
Oh
only
my
been married like
God.
15 times. You've never projected on any relationship.
Twice.
"You liar! You've been married more than that, and you projected a whole lot more."
I've only been
Than
married twice.
no, you haven't.
Hasn't it been like 5 times, or am I confusing you with
No.
your brother?
Twice.
No, to Eliana,
Twice. Uh-huh.
Angie.
Nope, that's a no. That doesn't count. Twice.
No, it still counts. You got
It
married.
Nope.
still
at
counts?
That's a no. It's an annulment. It doesn't count.
It doesn't. So then I'm not married either.
You got to
Did
know.
you get a no?
He cheated on me.
No. Doesn't matter. That's not a
But
no.
you
My
can
I
get
was
marriage.
married through the church.
If you go, how the fuck did an atheist get to the church?
Oh, he wasn't an atheist when we got married.
He became it
he,
afterwards.
he saw like Actually, no, he did see the light.
Oh, that's right. You went the other way. You're stupid. No. Yeah.
Well, either way, that was 2, 3,
That's it.
3 times.
I think you just confused them with the wrong style. I think that's all it was.
I know, right?
Yeah, my brother's 5, I think.
1, 2. I already lost count.
I lost count. So anyway, let's go back to projecting. Let's get off.
Okay.
Let's get into projecting. So, have I ever been the projector? Yes, I have. Have I ever received a projection? Yes, I have. Who hasn't?
How do you deal with it?
Oh, well, like I told Anna, you got 2 ways of dealing with it. 2 ways. Right?
Frankie's ways.
Yeah, my way of dealing is simple. Either I'm going to here, put on my headphones, turn the music up really, really loud, and all I hear is, that's all I see. I don't hear shit. I ignored it. I shut down. I don't care. The other way, I just sit here, goes in one ear. Yep, you're absolutely right.
But do you think that fixes the issue? You think that's a
No,
mature way of dealing with it?
Of course it is. If I tell you right, you're not going to sit here and argue with me. You're going to go, and you know what? I can just shut the fuck up and not argue with me. Or not just try to throw it down and try to be that negative individual. Because I can sit here and put you straight in the face and be like, yep. Yep, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. I can sit here and tell you, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. You're correct. I was wrong. Even though I'm not wrong. It's just to get
But
you.
do you think that
fuck
fixes
up.
the issue, though? What is the point of doing that, though? What is the point of doing that?
It fixes it for that moment.
Yeah, but you don't want to fix things for the moment. Do you want to continue having the same conversations over and over and over?
Sometimes for that moment, you have to fix it just for that moment, and later on you come back to it.
But wouldn't it be better to say, I simply don't agree with you? We can talk about this when we calm down.
Depending on the person, depending on the type of relationship you have, depending on on who it is, where it's coming from. Because everybody can you sit there, okay? Now that everybody can you sit there and tell them, hey, I don't agree with you. Let's talk about it later. Because you know what? Some people are like, no, we're going to talk about it now. Not all right. You know what? We're talking about it right now. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Yeah,
yep,
I mean, I guess I see that point. I guess I understand. I guess I understand your point of deflecting the situation, but I still don't agree that it's the best option.
Oh, wait, we got to read this comment.
Oh, fuck. Garcia, por favor.
Frankie has never been able to have a normal conversation like that with his partners.
And that causes issues. So why don't you think don't you think that causes issues in your relationship? And then that's where
No, not at all.
Yes.
No,
because you're not growing from it. You're not learning from it.
When you come back around, okay, you have that conversation. Okay.
When?
You're right. I shut down and you're ignoring. Okay. When the moment is right, again, depending on what we're talking about. I mean, look, are we talking about, am I in a relationship? Is it with my partner or is it with a friend?
With whomever, though. With whomever. Think about it. All right. So, okay.
It depends on the person. It depends on the person. Depends on who the person is. Because if we're talking about my ex-wife, I'll put it out there like that. Right? No. If the moment's hot and she that we know she could be, okay, because we all know this, okay. At that moment, it's not the time to sit there and start arguing with her. You want to know why? Because I get nowhere. It's like tomorrow. Yep. Okay. Later on, whether it's the next day, whether it's from now, I come back around, okay, and I talked to her about it.
And how did she
she's
react
more
to it?
she's more acceptable, and the reaction is completely different. Instead of getting like that, yeah, I
Mm,
think you could be right.
I
And
mean, but I
but
don't think
and
you're
then
learning
you
from it.
say,
And I mean, I know
what
that
is it
I'm
to
the
learn?
youngest
I
one.
mean, what is there to learn when you're gonna have somebody now? Has that helped me within my relationships? Every I've had until now. Okay. And I think right now my relationship is very different, okay, than with my prior relationships. Okay. But it's as all that helped to where I'm now, because you grow as an individual and you learn, hey, look, I don't want to talk about this right now. Hey, let's come around, let's talk about it later.
That's what I was saying, though.
Okay. But
I don't
it's
agree with
helped.
you, but let's talk about it later.
But he's
I mean,
probably
do
what
I
I think.
sound
I think I understand what he's saying. I guess it depends on the individual because in his past relationship, I guess he couldn't have that type of conversation. I guess
it's
that's
very,
what you're
very
trying to get
difficult.
across.
Right now, but we go back to this with Elizabeth, that she's on the freaking comment section, bashing too, and she builds me up also. I'm able to have a conversation with her. I'm able to tell her, look, I don't agree. Okay. I'm able to tell her, hey, I'm bothered by this. Hey, I'm bothered
Yes,
by
but
that.
that's what
And I
I
know
think with
what,
any
and I
friendship.
know, and I, and I know what her reaction is going to be. Number one, because we've had a relationship. Okay. Granted, I've known Elizabeth for 30 years. Okay. So we grew up together. So we know likes, we know our dislikes. You know, there's always been that friendship connection, whatever you want to call it, where I don't gotta sit here and bullshit my way. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the way it should be though, because it should be like that in any type of relationship. And okay, so you
Well,
see how Elizabeth says you shut down. You shut down. And
And
that's
you see
not.
the first one? He shuts down and he ignores it.
Yes, which is worse. You're not getting
or
anything
that
out
it's
of it.
either or.
It doesn't matter though, you still do it.
You're right, but I do come back around to
Ya
it.
tú estás demasiado viejo para esa vaina. You gotta learn from it.
Why did this all of a sudden? We've been on this thing for 43
Because
minutes.
we're
Okay.
projecting onto you.
Why are you guys projecting?
We are projecting
Goodness.
onto you.
Who we're teaching people what projecting is.
We're teaching people what
Oh,
projecting
geez,
is. I
that.
mean,
And how to deal with somebody that projects.
that's what I'm doing. I'm projecting onto you.
And you're projecting onto us, Frank.
Mhm.
You see how I'm over here quiet, listening?
And I'm like,
Yeah. No, yeah, this is great.
No, this is
great.
Is the music on yet?
No,
no, we're just teasing you. We're just teasing you. But I think it's important to recognize. I mean, and I guess it's true what you're saying. It's different in the level of relationships that you have and how people react to it. So it does have to come from both ways.
Yeah.
I get it. Some situations are just better just to ignore it.
But look, go back to
That
me a
is
minute.
right. That's right. Elizabeth is right. I agree with her. That's right. Mi pana
Yep.
full. I agree.
I think just in general alone, at least in my case only. Okay. When you look at where I've been and where I'm at now, it's all roads led to here. Okay. Where I am more expressive, I'm more able to talk about. I to tell her, and today, then she can tell you today was one of those instances where I tell her, hey, I don't agree with this at all. If you don't want to handle it, I understand. But I because it's not, what's going on is not fair. Yeah, there's not a lot left. I don't want to get into what it was, but I'm like, if you're not gonna handle it, I'll handle it. She's like, please don't. But if I know that she doesn't handle it, I'm gonna jump and handle it. But with her, it's different because of the amount of years that I've known her, and she already all of my life, like I've known probably about 98% of her life. So us coming together is a different relationship.
And I
You
and I and
follow
I
what I'm
could and I
saying?
could see that too, and I could respect that as well. But how did you deal with, like, for example, a coworker who's projecting on their bullshit onto you?
Oh, I just blow it off. I completely just blow it off. At work, I'm not going to sit here. And if it's personal bullshit, I blow it off. When it comes down to work stuff, things that have to be done at work, it's very, very simple. You do your job, I do mine.
I agree. Especially with what
Okay.
I do. I don't got time for that.
Exactly. And
when
if
you
it gets
look,
too hot, I just walk away.
Yeah, me too. I'd be like, oh, I gotta go. I see. Oh, I gotta go.
I got to
look,
take my time.
I handle. I'm going to give
decompress.
you. I'll give you an example. And I think my life, this show has been about Frank's life today, and it's going to continue being about Frank's life, right? So I started a new job about a month ago, right? Yeah, about a month, more or less. I know my job. I know what I have to do. I'm doing something that I haven't done in a long time. So I got to sit there and listen to other people tell me how to do what they're doing. But as on, what I'm doing, I've done before. I just don't remember all of it. And things change within 4 to 5 years. So when you sit here and you start telling, no, you have to do it this way, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, to me it doesn't make sense. I'm used to doing it like that, like that, like that. So when they're telling you, no, you have to do it like because you have to do it like this, I come back and I say, oh, I froze.
No, you're there.
Okay, sorry. So I come and I say, why? Because that's the way it is. That answer doesn't fly with me. When they struggle with that, I shut down. I'm like, no, I can't do this. No. I went to my boss. And I'm like, hey, how do you do this? This is what they're telling me. They're giving me a reason of, because that's the way it is. I go, and I know it's not like that. I go, I need a better explanation because I don't understand. He gives me the explanation. Okay, now I understand. But you're telling me to follow suit because that's the way you have to do it. No, because the way you want me to follow suit is not the way I've been taught to do that. I need an explanation as to why I got that suit. So in that, then they're projecting on that. No. I'm asking questions. Why? That's the work aspect. If you're gonna sit here and tell me crap that has nothing to do with work, or talk shit about another employee, that's your opinion. Good for you. Have a good day. I'm not gonna sit here, and entertain. It just boom, bounces off. Goes in one ear, out the other. My opinion. It gets
Toddler tantrum mode.
I guess.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys, considering we all have Cuban parents. Chuchi has half Dominican, I have half Mexican. Do you think, I'm gonna go based off my Cuban side, do you think based on how they are, because since my dad, your mom, your dad are all siblings, and Chuchi got to live with Abuelo. So you were kind of raised by him as well.
Mm-hmm.
You think that they were more closed-minded and did a lot of projecting towards us?
They still do. Oh my God. I'm almost 40 and I gotta still hear it like I'm a child. Oh, you can't do this, so you can't do that. I'm just like, what can I please tell me? I live by myself. I was doing laundry the other day. And it was like I went to do laundry at midnight because it was Saturday and I didn't have anything else to do. So it was like midnight. I was like, you know what? I'll just go do laundry. Folding kids' clothes took me forever. So I was there till like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, she called me. She stayed up. She's like, what are you doing out in the streets at this time? I'm like, bro, I'm fine. You imagine I told her everything that I did? She's constantly
Question though, how did you know you were on the street?
Porque ella me llamó and I had to answer the phone.
Oh,
I'm not a lie. I can't lie.
Exactly. I would rather just say the truth.
Yeah.
No. I'm not saying a lie.
I know because she'll call me at random hours
to see what you're doing.
I mean, let's not talk about calling at random hours, Frankie. But yeah,
but I call you at random hours. I'll call you at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's not a problem. You know what you're doing at that time.
No, he would love to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I think I just want to FaceTime. Oye.
You just do what I do, and you don't answer the phone, and then he don't call you anymore.
Here, Elizabeth puts right. Our Cuban parents are toxic.
They are, and
they are. Yes, and I think it makes us toxic.
And yes, and I'm trying to break that because I catch myself. I am so much like my mother, and even though my mother's an amazing person, I am a reflection of my mother, and I carry her bad traits. I do, and
cállate, me escucha.
Yo, for real.
How come you're not telling me what I want to hear?
That's exactly
right. Duérmete, papito, coño.
Yeah, for real. You know, it comes back to the way that we were raised and the standards, you know, like, again, the standards to whom. And even when I was in the process of my divorce, she was like, tú eres una mujer casada, tú no debes de estar en la calle, tú no debes de estar de discoteca en discoteca. And I'm like, what else do you want me to do? You know?
Yep. Hey, my dad was the same way.
But I wonder if they do it because they really care, or they do it because they care about society. Then that's what I wonder.
It's
the morals.
I think it's about society because honestly, I think it has to do with what society.
It's that double standard. Like, you got to win. Okay.
Yeah,
but then
until we get married.
But then you know what though?
When I got divorced, where I went back and I lived with my mom for a short time. I had to go to sleep. I would come home, get ready to go to school, go to work. Next day, I went to sleep. I went out. When the party got too much, that's when my mom came to me and said, "You're going way too much." And she was right. I would sleep 3 hours a day. If I got home early enough to sleep, I would sleep at home. If not, I would get to work an hour early. I'll sleep in my car. I'll sleep my lunch. When I got home, I'll sleep for an hour. Right before I went out. And go. Okay. She never told me I was wrong. She just told me I was doing it too much.
Yeah, so
but it's that double standard that our parents.
But they do that to you because you are male. Because in my case, I had to portray something when, in quotation, right. I did everything according to somebody's book. I did everything right. I waited to leave the house dressed in white. I waited 8 years to have my first kid. Blah di da di da di da. For whose standards? For my parents. It wasn't for anybody else. So it comes with, you know, but then, you know, the other day I was having a conversation with her and she was telling me like her backstory and like what she went through as a child, and when grandpa was when in prison or whatever.
A prisoner of war.
Yes, a prisoner of war. I could really see why I could see all the trauma, all the trauma and all the, you know, all the experiences that they went through where they're not healed. And maybe that's why they project onto us, because they don't know any other way.
Yep.
You know?
And it's not like Abuelo was very affectionate either. He was the strong man.
He was.
Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
but
He loved us.
majority of those, I think those in our family are not that.
Yeah, because even my dad doesn't tell me that he loves me. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna have daddy issues. My dad cannot tell me that he loves me. And it's hilarious.
Really?
My dad does not know. He'll be like, I love you. And he'll be like, y yo a ti. And I'm like, but you can say yo te quiero, and it won't come out. He'll say it to my daughters, but he won't say it to me.
Isn't that something?
That's. I mean, I don't tell my kids all the time I love them.
Me
I
too.
do.
Even when they get on
Me
my damn
too.
nerves.
No, I don't tell them all
You
the time.
don't? Why not?
You got to tell them you love them.
You have
Because
to
I
tell
don't.
them that you
No,
love them.
I tell them. I do tell them. I don't
Oh,
tell them all the time.
no.
I don't sit there and tell them all the time.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
You saw my baby just came give me a hug a little while ago.
Same.
She
Even
gave
when
me
they
slow.
drive me crazy, I want them to know that, my new thing is I tell them mommy's turning red. Now that Disney has put out the concept of PMSing and, hormones and shit, mommy's turning red.
The ways that they can understand it now.
Yes. It's like, I'm
I don't
sorry,
know.
I'm having a moment.
I haven't watched Disney in a while.
You haven't watched the movie, so
Oh, you-
basically, it's talking about puberty. In simple
Well, I think I'd be
terms.
left to talk at home. In my opinion, but that's again my opinion.
Well, you don't have girls,
Yeah.
so you don't got to deal with that.
Exactly. All you have to do, worry about nutting off.
Not to. I mean, Elizabeth has a daughter. She has a 15-year-old daughter. For that, I hope that I
How
help
old
with.
is she?
I mean, but 15.
Now that's a tough
I
age
think-
too, especially nowadays with social media and everything.
Exactly.
It's a rough age.
11's a young.
I mean, I think in all, I mean, she has a really good, and they're very open to each other. So, okay, check out the eyes. Check out the eyes and tell them to close the door.
It's not even that. She's covering herself with the blanket. I don't know what it's going.
So you
But
can't see
you know
her.
what? I mean, it's she's not mine, but she's mine in a sense.
Of course. Well, that's
You
the
know.
beautiful thing when you have a blended family.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it's rough because you deal with the different emotions and the different of, hey, hi, I don't want to talk to you. Click, close the door.
Yeah. But
So
being a
it's-
teenager, I
it's-
think being a teenager nowadays is very, very difficult. And I think social
Of
media has
course.
ruined. Social media is ruining the concept of, how these children are growing up, and that's why I think it's important to tell them that you love them often and
social
as
media has
affectionate.
divides in general.
You got all these
Social
people
media.
thinking they look a certain way with filters. Mira, yo estoy sin peinar on purpose. This is the essence of me cleaning.
And
Yeah,
you filter now, you start cartooning yourself. Come on, you want to be a fucking cartoon? Be a
No.
cartoon.
I mean, I have my good
No.
days and my bad days, obviously, like any other person. But realistically, this is me right now at 10 o'clock at night, cleaning my house after a long ass day of work.
Look, you know what? I will never forget one of the last teams that I coached. Right, I picked this team based on what the moms liked. I didn't know how the kids did. Okay, And I can tell you that I had the best looking mom team. Won a couple games, okay, and it was great. But I had that mom. She wasn't ugly, but she wasn't the best looking person out there either. And whatever, we friended ourselves on Facebook, this and that, and the other, and the amount of filters that this lady used, and she still uses them, and I see them now, and I'm like, you're not that pretty.
But that's the thing, though. We have people walking around. They look. I mean, I can't. I mean, obviously, I have used. Obviously, I use filters. I am not. But recognizing how different you look with the filters, I'm like, ooh, we need to stop using this. Actually, the guy that I talked to, he makes fun of it all the time. So that's one of the main reasons why I stopped using them. So cuando yo me peino y me pongo mi maquillaje, I don't need a filter. I'm fine. This is me.
Right.
This is
And that's
me.
what a lot of kids don't know how to be themselves.
No.
That's why there's so much struggle on their own identity because of
So
all
would
the
you
filters
say
and
that that's
social
the
media.
the reason we have it, them, him, her,
It has
or
to be.
whatever all these pronouns are?
Actually, you know what? I would love to get my niece in helping us understand that, because that's part of her. That's basically what she studied. And I don't ever want to sound ignorant or disrespect anyone when it comes to that. I personally don't understand that.
It would be good to have her on.
I don't understand that. And
Well,
and
I'm
it
going to
comes
tell you that. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I had a show where
You have
I
what? I'm
literally,
sorry?
I had on my show, right? Once I had an individual show. I found her on a gay Facebook page. She's breaking down, these pronouns. Okay, and the way that she put it, this is what I identify as. It means that I could go either which way. Okay, and she was sexuality wise on preferences, and she's like, oh, you know what? If I see somebody and I think they're attractive, I go that way. If I see the same sex, I go that way. There's not, when you use these binary terms, there's not a set way that you go. Now that she put it to us, to me and Carlos, I was like, oh, interesting. I don't agree with it.
But it comes, that's another sensitive subject. Like, it comes with religion. It's another thing you have to respect. You may not agree with it. To me,
but you gotta.
To me personally, I rather just treat you with respect, and that's it. I don't care what you like, what you don't like, who you are in love with, who you choose to be with. That's none of my concern. I'll treat you with respect as long as you give me respect, and that's it.
Exactly. It's not like I'm going around and guess what me and my husband did.
Yeah,
last
like seriously,
night.
or I identify myself as unicorn, like, again, and I would never want to sound ignorant or disrespect anyone, because I don't understand it. And maybe it's part of our generation. Maybe it's part of, maybe it's a generational thing. Maybe that's why we don't understand it, because obviously our age frame, who knows? But these children are, the anxiety and trying to identify and trying to figure out who they are. Why is it that at 10, 11 12 years old, you have to know who you are? Man, I'm almost 40 and I still don't know who the hell I am. And I'm still trying to figure out what is it that I like, what is it that I don't like. And that's okay.
Well, no, I would tell you that I think that you know who you are. My opinion. I think you know who you are at a very early age in life. Okay, I think that you're gonna know that already, regardless of where you are. Okay, you're gonna know who you are at early age of life, hands down. Talking to the LGBTQ community, okay, when you start having conversations with 90% of them tell you that they knew who they were when they were kids. when they
Yeah.
started their their adolescent years. And as a matter of fact, I was watching a show. I think it was Peacock or Apple. I'm not sure which one it was. On Magic Johnson, on Irving Magic Johnson, right?
Mhm.
He has a son that, and the kid was like, "No, I hated sports," and oh, she fell, and and dressed female, and he was early on in life that I didn't like sports. I did with my sister's Barbie. He would hide them in his room at a young age. So to me, I think that these kids nowadays, what they are, I think it starts from to where you want to be at. Where you want to say, hey, look, you know what? Like, I am. So these kids that don't relate or are these non-binary, whatever they're called, I mean, either like this or you have this between.
Do you think that
I
that
think
comes
that,
around with what we were talking about and telling your kids that you love them and being there for them? Because honestly, I wouldn't care what my child's preference was. As long as they're not an asshole.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't have to sit here and tell my kid, hey, I love you every day. I do tell them that, hey, you know that you could always talk to me. And I'm always open with you, and I'll tell you,
See,
and I'll tell you my mind.
I've always told my kids I love them
I don't
unconditionally.
care. I don't care what direction in life my kids go.
But do they know
That's
that?
up to them. Very well. I told them, hey, look, actually, now with the younger one, I don't think we've had this conversation pretty much. But with the oldest, I've always said, hey, I don't care where you go. That's your prerogative. I'm very open in that sense. Now, how do I put it? What would I want for them is one thing. What they choose to do is another. You follow me?
Yep. No, I agree with
But
that.
I mean, I think that goes the same
I
for
know
our
that
parents.
yeah, but for our parents, it was very different. For our parents, it's very hard for them to accept that one of the kids are gay because of how they were raised.
The stigma back then.
Okay, right. I mean, I do think that majority of our parents have evolved.
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
I could tell you, I think my mom, I would think my
I
parents,
could tell
I
you.
mean, they still say ignorant things, but I think it's just because they're just ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I correct them all the time, but I don't think they do it maliciously. Like, I don't think they're doing it to offend anyone, but I
Right.
correct them. It's because they don't know any better.
Look.
So that's just where ignorance comes from.
Exactly.
When a child comes out to his parents and the parents are not receptive of it, okay, and I don't mean right now came to me and said, hey, Dad, I'm gay. I might have to take a minute and process it. Okay? I'm not going to push them off, but I'm going to kind of, oh, man, here went my dream of having more grandkids. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, at the end, you still come up to them, hey, look, I love you, doesn't matter. You are what you are. What I believe and what I wanted for you, that's your life. You do what you want. So, the parent has to be receptive of it. And then you have parents that are not. I would not accept it. I mean, when you think about it, I guarantee you that our parents had friends that were gay.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And I'm willing to bet, okay, a lot of these, individuals that we knew growing up, our friends, our parents, did not come out.
And never have, because, God forbid they do,
So, with the generational changes, it becomes more acceptable. But again, it depends on the parent.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
Depends
I
on
mean,
the
I could
parent.
see that. I could see that point, and I do understand that as well.
Wow. Yeah. I agree.
So you know what? Look, I know Catherine could probably relate to what we're talking about. Catherine, we're talking about kids coming out. Catherine could probably relate to that. I know that she's one that she tells her kids all the time she loves her kids,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a great relationship with kids.
I think it just
I'm sure.
makes it easier for them to open up to you.
Especially because it's so hard for them to identify to anything. I mean, isn't it like 76 or 78 pronouns or something like that? I
Look,
may sound total ignorant to the subject. My niece always
to me,
corrects
it needs to
me.
be. You're either a he or you're a she.
But
Okay,
I guess for some,
you cannot be in between.
yeah, but see,
Okay,
but I guess
however
if
you
you don't
identify
feel
yourself.
comfortable, well, I mean, I guess, when it comes
If you
to
don't feel
signs
comfortable
and stuff
being,
like that.
if you're
You're
not
either a
comfortable being
vagina
a
or a
he,
dick.
But then we have all
you
these
can't be
other
both.
types of.
Yeah,
I don't
you
think.
can be a hermaphrodite.
Well, yeah, that's true too. So
Yeah, okay, fine, but that's a dime a dozen. Okay,
I just honestly, I just don't think there should be so much emphasis on. I don't even gender in its sake. I don't think there should be so much. Just give me a name. I'll call you whatever you want me to call you. That's fine with me. I don't know.
there it goes. Being a mother of a gay child, you see the signs, and it was easy for him to come to his father and I because of the closeness we have. The love never goes away.
Yes.
It's your child. She's
Correct.
absolutely right.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
yeah. And I think that's the way it should be.
Right. I mean, I have a question. When your son came out, okay, what was your initial reaction? That's what we're trying to understand.
And how does he
you know,
identify?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a
I
good
mean,
question.
look, to me, and call it ignorance, call it whatever you want. Okay, you knew it. Okay, but was there a certain reaction? Was it?
Like,
I
how
mean,
did you
I
truly
know.
feel inside? Because I would think about, oh, I'm never going to have, you think, oh, I'm never going to have a traditional grandbaby. I'm never going to have the wedding that I didn't have that I'm going to be able to throw for my.
But that's
Am I going to have the
protecting. This
quinceañera?
falls back into
Exactly.
protecting. This is what you want for yourself, not for. Why can we just say, my child is happy being with whoever they want to be, and let them identify with whatever makes them happy. If they want to be a unicorn, a cat, whatever it is. And again, I don't want to sound ignorant. I don't. But whatever it is that makes them happy, why would you protect that?
Right, but
But
the thing is that, like, what is your like your original feeling?
and she says that she knew that
I have 5 kids, so I knew I would have kids.
but Anna only has 2. And
I only have 2. So that, I mean,
with a big
I
age
think,
gap.
Exactly, 9 years. So you're, I don't know. I mean, selfishly, I think I would think like all of these things that I would be missing out on, but I'm really not. You know
You're
what I
not.
mean?
You know
Because I
what?
would
You
still
know
be
what?
supportive, and it may
Hold on a
not be
second.
in the ideal of society's way of having these things that we're used to having or the way that I was raised, but I can still have it because even if my son were to marry a man, he could have a baby by adoption. If my daughter married a woman, they could still adopt.
Okay, hold on. But depending on how you do it, right? If you have a gay daughter, he could still have a child.
Well, yeah, because she could get artificially inseminated.
Correct. When you have a gay son, okay, he could still have a woman.
Correct. He could adopt.
Okay.
He could have a
So he can
Artificially
adopt.
assimilated.
But I think, yeah. But in that case, you really need to find somebody that to give up complete parental rights.
But then I wonder if the whole
You know?
thing, if we're talking about projection again, I think she's just projecting what society would think of as the traditional way, the right way of doing it. So is it something that you really want for your child, or is it something that you want because it's what society expects you to have, if that makes any sense?
Yeah. You know what? To be perfectly honest, I just want my kids to be happy, like Catherine
Correct.
said.
That same. I don't care what you like, what you don't. As long
But if
as
your
long as you're
child,
not an asshole, be a good person. That's the only thing I'm teaching my kids, is to be a good human being, regardless of, who you deal with.
but I think being from an older generation, I think still in the back of your mind, you still get those thoughts. I'm not saying that they're going to last or that you're going to carry those thoughts out, but you're still going to get those thoughts. Like, I mean, I think we're lying to ourselves if we don't say we felt a little bit hurt or we felt a little bit something, because it's not what you expected, because it's not what we were used to. You know what I mean? But we got to move on with the times.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's also the fear too, the fear of what they're gonna have to experience through, because
I think
because
that's
the
more.
ignorance, especially being, obviously us being Hispanic, how ignorant are we still? You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that we hear and the stuff that, so I think that's another thing that may worry some people, is how are people going to react to
other people,
society.
The
society, correct.
Killing, exactly, because I have a lot of friends that are lesbian, that are gay. I have nieces and nephews that are gay. It's like, I don't judge them, but I think if my child came to me, the first reaction would probably be like, what did I do wrong?
And in reality, there's nothing that
there's nothing. There's nothing I did wrong.
And they have done nothing wrong too.
Exactly. But then I would still have that sense of pride of, I'm glad that you know who you are. I don't know. Is that contradicting myself though? Because even though I may feel a little hurt at one point, but I'm glad that they are who they are. And I would never want to change who they are.
But I think it comes with the struggle again of going back into the whole projecting, going back into that. It's really being concerned about what society may have to say and dealing with it, and not really, not knowing how to deal with it.
So Catherine puts, I was never hurt because it's not me. I love my child.
Correct.
It is hard because I wanted to protect him always, and people are being ignorant.
Correct.
Yes.
I agree. Correct.
I agree. And I think that's where the hurt
think it's where
comes from, because you know what's going to go at.
Correct.
Like, you know how society is, and you don't want your child to be hurt. You never want your child to have to struggle. You want them to have a better life. You want them to have a good life. But exactly, society isn't very open to it.
That's like the children that at a very early age identify with a different sex, right? So you have the children that at a very young age, that they were born in the wrong body. I think that as a parent has to be so difficult.
Question though. So if your child came to you and said, I want sex change, then you got to in the wrong body.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think I would let them explore whatever feeling they are feeling, because I want them to be comfortable with themselves. Would I like it? No. Would I feel comfortable with it? No. We would all have to go to therapy, because I don't know if I would. I don't know if I can deal with it.
But you would still be supportive.
Very supportive. 150%.
Exactly. I agree.
But I would be lying to you if I told you that I would be okay, butterflies and dandelions, No, I wouldn't know how to deal with it, but I think that's where therapy would come into play. I would need some therapy.
See, so everybody would feel
But now, okay, wait,
what I
wait,
say
wait.
is hurt. That's how I would express it. Is
Okay.
not, well, not really hurt, but
Okay.
like,
So hold on. So now, so what's the difference between them coming up and saying, "Hey, mom, I'm gay.
I think
I'm
being
gonna
gay
be
and
a woman."
transgender is mentally is when you're gay, you're just, and again, I don't want to offend anybody because I have a lot of gay family members, and I would never want to sound ignorant, but to my understanding, when you're gay, you like the same sex. But when you're transgender, you feel like you're in the wrong body. And that has to be horrible. You imagine every time you look in the mirror, you're seeing something you're not. That has to be the worst thing that somebody could go through. And I think that's where the identifying yourself, the he, the she, the
they,
all this,
them,
yeah. Again,
us, we.
yo no sé de eso. I feel really.
I
I think
don't
this
know
is
all
where
those
my
terms either.
no.
I
What is?
think, I mean, I don't know. I think that if you're gay and you want to change body or you want to become a male, I think it's okay.
So
I
then,
don't.
but then to me, if you're transgender, you're born in the wrong body. And correct me if I'm wrong, anybody that's listening to this, um, then you're born in the wrong body. Then you are actually becoming what you were supposed to be. So if a man was, then that doesn't really make you gay, then does it? Or because you don't like the same, I mean, you were born in the wrong body, and you like, if I was a man and I was supposed to be a woman, but I like men, but you turn into a woman, then you're really not gay because you should have been born in a woman's body. You're everything inside of you is female.
Okay, so let me see how I could answer that. According to your birth records, according to society, right? If you're born a female, you're a female, regardless if you turn into a man later on. Okay, and to me, that's society labeling you. Okay, whatever you turn into, whether it's a female going to a male or whether it's a male going to a female, then you identify as a female. You're not going to identify as a transgender. They do this because that's how you were born, right? You were born a male. Okay, fine, you're a female now. Bottom line. Okay, that's the way I see it. If right now you change your sex, you just went from being a female to being a male.
Mhm.
Well, if and thoughts about it.
But
Society doesn't see it that way, though.
No, but okay, but that wasn't my question. My question was, are you still, I mean, you're not gay though.
I don't think so.
I don't think you're gay at that point.
Why
That's
would
what
you
I'm
be
saying.
gay? Because if you
Society is going to see you as being gay.
A woman.
Right.
But how? Because if
you do not identify with being a male, and the only thing that makes you a male is your organ. I mean, your
wang
genitals. How does that make you gay?
Because you're now a woman with a vagina.
You know what? Maybe we should get someone
not.
who's transgender who could help us educate us of this.
Yes, I think we should.
Because again, times have changed, and it's things are different. Things are very different.
Well, you guys know we went over our hour.
That's all right.
Okay. So why don't we go ahead and give our final thoughts on today's topics, which we totally went off
a few times.
Wonderful. But it was wonderful. I loved it.
You know what? I am so sorry, Frankie, for projecting on you for being atheist. I was feeling some type of way because you triggered me.
Oh,
I'm not sorry. I liked it. It was fun.
you know what?
I like
Look,
to poke the bear.
I entertained it, right? You projected on me, right? I entertained it. Just like I said, when other people project shit on me, okay, there's ways to handle it. You put on, you do this, la 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 la. Okay, that's the childish version, and you know what? And you completely ignore what is being said, or you sit there, you entertain it. Oh yeah, yeah, blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, you know what? No harm, no foul. See you later. We could discuss it later on.
Well, you should learn from it, though. I think you should grow from it and learn from it. I think so.
Well, listen, you projected your stuff. I entertained it. Okay.
Well, no, it's just because you brought up the atheist stuff, so you brought back a horrible experience in my life.
Okay.
I was projecting onto you.
I didn't. It didn't bother me. I wasn't bothered by it because I just went off of it. I was like, yeah, blah 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 blah. You just felt like you could have a normal conversation today.
No, you. Just
I guess so. I guess it all depends on the day.
Or is it because I'm your little cousin and you don't listen to me anyways? It's probably what
I've never listened to you.
You see, that's what I'm saying. So.
You know?
Yeah, but you better listen to me. I'm the oldest.
Yeah, no, right?
Majority rules.
I'm going to tell you what happens when people start talking shit. This is what happens.
Don't deny. He's going to disconnect us. There he goes.
Now let's do him
no,
first.
no. I'm not. No, it's not working. There it is. Hold on.
I can't talk. I did the whole show.
Damn it. I'm not disconnected, but
Bueno, ¿qué te pasa? That's your retrograde right there. But it was great talking to you guys, and I don't know, maybe we should see what the audience wants to hear, but definitely educating ourselves. You know,
because I have more questions too.
Yeah, and I don't understand it, and I don't ever want to sound ignorant, you know? Good night, love.
Catherine.
Good night. Well, guys, I think we'll call it a wrap for today.
I have to agree. I'm still in my work uniform, my 9-to-5 uniform.
I am still cleaning, and I'm still in my work clothes as well.
But remember, no matter what part of the show that you're listening to us, make sure you share the show with your friends.
Like us.
Families. Like, share, post, put your comments, put questions. And Elizabeth will get back to you at a certain point or another. And I believe you guys are on Twitter.
We may have to tweak that.
You know.
Yeah. But we are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.
Oh, you're on Twitch?
Yeah.
We gotta get you on Twitch. Okay. All right. Well, that being the case, I'm Frank. I'll catch you guys Wednesday on Speaking It Real.
And I'm Anna. And this is
Liz.
All right, and we'll see you in between the gray.
Hello, my name is Joe McGuire. I'm the president of Clovercrest Media Group. And here at CMG, we have a wide variety of podcasts, including sports shows like Keys to the City, The Roll Call, Throwing Jabs, All Four Downs, and Jawing About the G-Men. And great true crime shows like Sticky Week, Crimes and Consequences, Ivy League Murders, and Bird, the Unsolved Murder of David Eichmann. You can find all these podcasts and so much more by visiting clovercrestmedia.com.